everyone, it's Tracy Cox with ERA Doty Real Estate in Mountain Home, Arkansas, and I'm coming to you today because I have just finished my quarterly market research for the first quarter of 2026 for Baxter and Marion County. I know some of you had watched last year when I did the monthly updates, and I had decided that it just makes more sense to do it quarterly so we can compare quarters, and to me that is more relevant than just a monthly because there's not usually a whole lot of change from month to month, but quarter to quarter from year to year seems to make more sense to me. So I'm excited to share that with you. So let's start off with Baxter County today. And what I'm going to do differently is last time I had read all the numbers, the stats for certain price ranges. I'm going to do it a little bit different this time. I'm just going to pick out a couple and give you an idea of kind of how it's compared this quarter to last year's first quarter. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to let you request a copy of my reports, and I can either email them to you if you request it, and I'll give all that information at the end. And to me, if you can see it, it's a lot better than just listening to me read it off the page. So what I want to do is just kind of go over some highlights of the quarters and just give you an idea of how it compares to last year. So let's get started. Okay, for the first quarter in 2026, there were 146 total residential properties sold. Now, these are all just residential stats in Baxter County that are from the MLS. They're not off-market properties. So that's the only data I'm pulling from. Depending on where you get your data and what criteria you do will make a change on your results. So I just wanted to make that clear up front. So there was 146 in the first quarter sold in 2026 compared to 201 in the first quarter in 2025. So that was about a 38 decrease in amount sold in 2026 that we had. So a little different. I'm excited about the next quarter of this year. I feel like the interest rates are doing great. We're getting more listings on the market. So I feel like we're going to have a great second quarter. Some of the average sold price per square foot, let's just say in the $100,000 range, the average was about just a little over $119 a square foot. You get on up to about the $400,000 price range on homes sold, and the average sold price per square foot was about $185 a square foot. So one of the things that I've noticed that I wanted to talk to you guys about is the days on market, the average days on market. In the first quarter of 2026, let's just say in the $200,000 range, the average days on market was 112. And that seems like a lot, but when you break it down into the lowest days on market for that range and the highest days on market, it's a huge difference. I mean, we've got, out of the 112 average days on market, the lowest days on market for that price range was 9. And then the highest was 323. So as you can tell, it really is a big, huge range. The average really doesn't give us a whole lot to go on. If the property is priced right, marketed right, and everything is done correctly, the market will accept it and will buy that property up very quick. If you price it too high, you don't market it correctly, you can get up there onto the higher end where it sits on the market for over 300 days. So that is the difference in just that one price range, the difference in 7 days and 344 days. So you want to make sure that you're pricing your properties correctly, and a good real estate agent can help you do that. Let's see. Let's go down to the average sold per square foot in 2025. Let's just say for the let's just say for the $300,000 range, there was a 5% decrease in 2026 numbers. So the average price per square foot went down just a little bit in 2026. So, but it increased in the, let's say the $400,000 range houses, it increased by 18%. So, like again, there's the lowest and the highest ends ranges on that. So you take the average, and then again, you want to make sure that property is priced right. So let's move on to Marion County. let's see, for the first quarter in 2026, the number of solds in Marion County were 38 homes sold. And compared that to 2025, let's see, the total was 36. So it's just about a 5% increase in Marion County on the number of homes sold in 2026. So that's good. And let's say take the $200,000 range in Marion County. There were 5 homes sold in there. The average days on market was 78. Again, the lowest was 32 days on market and the highest was 128. So you can tell which ones were priced properly had the lower days on market. The ones that wanted to price high stayed on the market longer and probably ended up coming back down to one of the lower prices anyway with a price reduction because they just couldn't get it sold at that higher price. So if you do price your house high, you can expect to wait longer and probably still come down to the original price anyway. So listen to your real estate agent when they tell you don't price it high because it can really affect the sale of your home. And in that $200,000 price range, the average sold price per square foot was about $134 a square foot. So, like I said, I did the stats for multiple different levels for the $400, $500, $600 range, over $1 million. But I don't want to just rattle those off to you. Like I said, I will be happy to email these to you so you can look at it. And if your house price range that you're looking at and want stats on is not on these sheets, I'll be happy to pull those for you. It won't take just a few minutes to do that. In Marion County, the average sold price per square foot in 2025, let's see, the $100,000 range, it was about the same. There wasn't much change in it. In the, let's see, $500,000 range, there was about a 13% increase in 2026, so that's good. Seemed like the higher ranged houses in Marion County increased in price more than the lower priced homes did in the below the 300s. So anyway, I would be happy to send these sheets to you. So the way you can contact me is 870-926-7743, or you can email me at the number 4 tracycox@gmail.com. That's 4 TRACYCOX@gmail.com. And you can find me at ERA Doty Real Estate at 1357 Highway 62B Southwest in Mountain Home, Arkansas. And I look forward to hearing from you and sharing my results that I've got for Baxter and Marion County for residential listings. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye.